Welcome back to 23-Minute Reads with me, Mya D. This is kind of like my virtual book club because in these 5 minute or so videos, I share with you my takeaways from my current reading. Right now, that is Dancing in Blackness. As a part of my 23 to 23 challenge, I'm reading 23 minutes per day every day as an action of self love, as an investment into myself, and as a way of providing myself with some consistency in an ever changing world. Hoping that you will join me along in this journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and dropping some comments down there in that comment section so that there's an actual dialogue going on. Having in mind that while I have several decades of experience as a dancer, educator, and curriculum writer, I am not the know all be all for this book. I'm simply providing a space for dialogue. Well, this week I read pages 151 through 197, and let me get my notes so I can give you my 3 takeaways. Feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel while I grab these notes. Takeaway number 1 is inspiration. I loved my elementary school. The walls were filled with our schoolwork and images of things that we could be, and included walks to Johns Hopkins University, which works for me because I identify as a blurred, a black nerd. And I attribute part of that to the images of Dr. Mae Jemison that were on my schoolhouse walls. Well, in chapter 4, we learned that the undergraduate Dr. Jemison at Stanford University took Dr. Osumari's classes because she felt that it helped her with critical thinking and problem solving. As dance educators, we know these things. So what actually resonated with me in reading this was how this chemical engineering major committed to taking all of Dr. Osumari's classes and contributes part of her success to inspiring educators like Dr. Osumari. This serves as a reminder of the impact that we have on our students. Takeaway number 2 is Christian Village. Of her time in Christian Village, Osumari writes, here's a quote, "I felt that I had been preparing all my life for that moment. My first African dance in a traditional setting, and receiving approval from whom the dance came." End quote. Christian Village was named after an Ewe elder whose last name was Christian, and that previous quote is a reflection Osumari has about dancing with the community at a funeral. As scholars and practitioners, we are sometimes visitors to the communities whose dances we share in performance. As students, immersion is a great way to deepen our understanding of a concept. So, studying West African dance in West Africa. As a teacher, I only teach dance forms where I've received approval from the community that it came from. This means that I actually teach less dances than I am aware of, but to me, that permission, that approval is so important. So this reflection, that quote from Dr. Osumari, just served as affirmation to me that it is okay to do the thing the way that I am doing it. Takeaway number 3 is training versus train. While I'm very clear that both Les Ballets de Guinée and the Ghana Dance Ensemble both have dance as content, I am also very clear that their content is different. And because of that, I also wonder what else was different. Like, how were these cultural ambassadors being trained? In a conversation with Osumari, Dr. Osumari, Professor Nketia of the University of Ghana explains their deliberate action in finding dancers to train rather than finding trained dancers. So that was one of the differences between Les Ballets and the Ghana Dance Ensemble. There was a deliberate action to find dancers that they could train. This section also describes the comprehensive curriculum within the School of Music, Dance, and Drama. The culturally relevant approach that included having instructors from the 10 different regions of Ghana. So this way students saw themselves as they begin to learn about others. And little things like how contemporary music was used for the warm-ups as a way to build access and an entry point into studying these traditional dance forms of their own community and other communities. So my question is, do you think that something like this would work in the United States? Meaning, if an institution focused primarily on the traditional dance forms of the United States and the very end, their origins, their instructors came from those spaces, or taught those fortes. Would you think that that will work in the United States? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to like, share, comment, stay blessed, spread a good word, and I'll see you again soon.